Welcome to Hard-Hitting News 365. Let's get into it.
Iranian hostility towards the United States did not appear from nowhere. It is rooted in decades of intervention, sanctions, war, civilian deaths, and mutual escalation. But historical grievance does not automatically make every Iranian claim true, and it does not give any government moral immunity. In these three clips, we will separate legitimate anger from political exaggeration, and ask whether the West has helped create the very lawlessness it now condemns.
Yeah, well, if chemical weapons were used against your country with the endorsement of the United States, if a couple of 100,000, if an airliner was shot down by, you were in a country whose an airline was shot down by the United States, if you were living in a country which was under maximum pressure sanctions, which prevent food and medicine from getting into the country, if you were in a country where the United States has waged 3 wars against it, they encouraged Saddam Hussein to invade, last year they attacked, and this year attacked, I think you would understand how people in Iran.
That argument contains real history, but it also compresses several different events into one sweeping case. The strongest left-wing reading is that Iranian hostility cannot be understood without acknowledging American intervention, sanctions, support for Saddam Hussein during the Iran-Iraq War, and the shooting down of Iran Air Flight 655. The right will respond that Iran's own record also matters. Regional militias, hostage-taking, repression at home, and threats against Israel and American interests. The evidence-based position is clear. Iran has genuine historical grievances. But genuine grievance is not a blank check. It may explain hostility. It does not automatically justify every Iranian policy, every slogan, or every act carried out in the name of resistance.
When the United States bombs a country, slaughters its leaders, and bombs schools and slaughters school children, and the Americans, the Israeli regime and the West, and the collective West supports it, and the Chancellor of Germany would say that Israel does our dirty work for us, that means that there are no rules anymore. The West has created the law of the jungle. And so we have to protect people in this country.
This is the most important claim in the entire discussion. He is arguing that when powerful Western states use force selectively, while still presenting themselves as defenders of international law, they weaken the credibility of the rules themselves. The left will hear this as proof of Western hypocrisy. The right will say the speaker ignores the security threats posed by Iran and its allies. Both points deserve scrutiny. But the legal principle is not complicated. Military power does not remove the duty to distinguish civilians from combatants. Security does not erase proportionality. And support from allies does not convert wrongful conduct into lawful conduct. Where Western governments apply one standard to adversaries and another to themselves, they damage the very international order they claim to defend. That does not make Iran morally superior. It means hypocrisy by one side cannot excuse wrongdoing by the other.
But the fact is, Pierce, that the legitimacy of the Islamic Republic of Iran, or the regime as you call it, is very high. And it shows that the Iranian people are extraordinarily angered by the fact that the United States and this ethno-supremacist regime, whose former prime minister just had on, who didn't say a word about the genocide in Gaza or Lebanon, his criticisms of Netanyahu was that he failed.
Here, the argument begins to overreach. Public anger after war, sanctions or foreign attack is understandable. But anger does not prove that the Islamic Republic enjoys broad legitimacy. A funeral crowd, a patriotic reaction or hostility towards foreign powers cannot, by itself, establish public support for an entire political system. The left is right that foreign intervention can strengthen nationalism and harden public opinion. The right is right that the speaker risks using anger at the West to defend an authoritarian state. The evidence supports deep Iranian resentment towards American and Israeli policy. It does not prove universal support for the Iranian government, and this distinction matters. A population can oppose foreign attack while also opposing its own rulers. People can reject Western domination without endorsing repression at home. HHN 365's verdict is this: the West has often applied international law selectively, and Iran has legitimate reasons to distrust American power. But historical suffering does not make every Iranian claim true. It does not make revenge wise, and it does not make the Islamic Republic morally unaccountable. The strongest position is not pro-American or pro-Iranian. It is pro-consistency. No country should bomb civilians, manipulate law, suppress dissent, or claim moral exemption because it believes history is on its side.
If you value evidence over tribalism, subscribe to Hard-Hitting News 365. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.